Guys, welcome back to another episode of the EDS. This is an episode we've been looking forward to for a very long time. We have a special guest, our first guest, Miss Mac, aka Dr. Mac.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's nice to have our first guest. And for those who have not been tuned in, this is Damien, or Mr. Benjamin, Teacher Damien.
Thank you.
And then this is the biggest United supporter in Cape Town, Joshua,
Please book him a ticket to England.
the Old Trafford.
Yes, sir.
As you can see, always representing.
Don't touch my titties.
Yeah. And then I'm Tino, just a normal guy. Yeah, the normal one.
A lovely guy, you know. A guy's guy.
Okay. So the reason why we have Miss Mac over here today with Dr. Mac is because we want to address, not address, we want to speak about, what are we going to speak about? I'll open the floor to you guys.
Everything and everything in the school.
Look, I have questions.
You have
For
questions?
those that out there is wondering what this is all about. Look, I think a lot of people have questions. Schooling, education, systems. We don't have any insight as what's going on. And we now got two people today that can give us some insight as to what's going on. We know that education in South Africa is a mistake, but there's also the good side of things. But these are the people that make it what it is. These are the people that shapes our kids' future. As a parent today, these are the people I'm gonna have to depend on one day to make sure that my child knows everything she needs to know to prosper in the real world one day.
Oh, that's so cute.
But you think,
Yeah.
Guys, you got to-
No, this is, I'm serious. This
yeah,
is.
no, it's true, but I also saw a meme a few years ago. I always thought teachers were smart until I found out that
You
my
made
friends
one.
are teachers. My friends are teachers.
Ah,
I'm like,
I
you're
see.
not that smart.
Away.
But all jokes aside, copy paste what Joshua said. Yeah. As a profession that's very underappreciated, I think that in nursing probably of the hardest jobs you can get actually. And the state is not looking good at all at the moment. The state of where we are at,
Yeah.
education and stuff like that. Also, I think that makes it a bit harder with social media going on.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, and also the whole AI, you can Google things, you can now your grammar, all of that, but we'll get into that later on.
My question to them is to start with humbly, and I think this is going to be very important for graduates or people that's going to go into university. Tell us a bit about your journey post or your journey from studying. Maybe just give us a background of where you studied, what it was like for you, and obviously stepping into your first job and where you are now. That's more what I want to find out today from the two of them.
Okay.
If they're comfortable with sharing that journey, because I think there's a lot of people can benefit from that. You know, I'm assuming we're in the beginning of a new year where people are going into that first year. They're all
Yes,
going into
they
that
are.
internship.
April,
This is the time of the year, right?
Students, matric students will also be applying for
Yes.
universities in April, so
So I just want to know, what was your journey when you started?
And start of the journey of why did you actually want to become a teacher?
So the floor
that's
is,
the hardest question you can ever ask a
the
teacher.
floor is yours. Maybe you
I
wanna
don't know,
give-
that's my,
Yeah.
that's my,
Well, if that's the truth, that's fine.
Oh, wait.
I feel like it's the hardest question to ask a teacher, why did I become a teacher? There were so many reasons. There's different reasons
Okay.
that people becomes teachers. Some of us didn't have a choice because that's the only faculty we could have gotten into because it's the easiest faculty to get into.
Wow, that is so truthful. I love that.
And I think that is the possible reason why education is the way it is right now. It's because the criteria in varsity is so low.
Okay.
Do you understand? And colleges right now are not equipping teachers the way they used to equip teachers. That's my experience. We're more focusing on theory
Okay.
than practical. Teaching is a training. You train a teacher. You understand? Yes, you teach a teacher, but you need to train someone to be a teacher. You understand? You don't study to be a teacher. You train them. So I think that is one of the reasons why education is the way it is. We're not being equipped as well. And like teachers in the past that we worked with, like, we worked with a senior teacher that retired last year of over how many years? 41? No? She was 41 in the profession, and if you look at where they studied, they went to colleges where they got trained to be teachers. Do you understand? The criteria was much different than what it is now, and I think that is one of it. No, what do you think?
I can't think so bad.
And you, okay, maybe you can give us your journey. How was your
What makes
experience
you become a
going
teacher?
into
No, I had
teaching?
no choice. You know, back then, a lot of parents, you needed to study. You need to have a degree because you need to get a good job. And like Damien said, it was one of the easiest to get in. I myself didn't know I was going to become a teacher because I hated school. I actually despised school. Why I'm a teacher, I don't know. But as you go on, you learn. I mean, you still learn. As a teacher, qualified, experienced teacher, you still learn. Aside from the workshops you attend, the online meetings, the face-to-face things, you still learn. With studying to become a teacher, it's more like a focus thing in my life. I'm going to be an English teacher, so I'm going to study Shakespeare, I'm going to study poetry. That is when you study to become a teacher. But when you are put into a classroom where you need to teach all the subjects, you don't have so much time. You don't have, in your 4 years that you study, you can't study the whole history of South Africa and the whole plants and all that stuff. It's
I always
too much.
noticed that in school that you'll have a teacher, maybe he's your English teacher. Then for some reason or other reason, you find out, oh, he's not taking on.
Yeah, sounds like my
What is that like? We used to
I
find out.
majored in interpretation and English,
Mm.
but now I'm not even teaching any. I am teaching history, geography, and natural sciences.
Crazy.
So you're learning on the job.
I am, and I mean I have taught it before, a couple of years ago, and now I'm back in grade 7, and I'm doing it again. But now I forgot what a plant is, or how the plant, how you need to label it. So I need to teach myself at home. Actually go over my lesson plans, go over the resources in order to walk into the class and not sound clueless.
That is crazy because I think teaching, like you say now, you have to do it at home. As the one profession where you don't get overtime.
No.
You don't get overtime, and it's like you work from school and people think it's nice to be a teacher, you do a 3 quarter past or
And you
even.
get holidays.
Yeah.
But little do they know that we actually do get paid 365 days. We get paid for it.
Yeah.
So we don't have off days. We obviously need to work around school. If we get a message now, this needs to be done. Oh, I'm actually doing work. This needs to be, it needs to be done. We can't just say no, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm not working, I'm still on holiday. Like you actually do need to do what you need to do. So we don't get those breaks.
That's appreciated, yeah.
So
I
you,
get that.
so you switched on.
24/7.
So would you say that going into a career now, and this is very important for people that have jobs, I would say, people in jobs, what I picked up is they do their job and they go and they think, okay, that's me, I'm done. But they also they're crying out for a career. What I'm just hearing from her now is that a career is a lifestyle. It's not a I'm gonna clock out at 3 o'clock.
I can
and
correct
that's
a
it.
profession is a lifestyle.
Professional life, yes, but it's like it's something that it needs to go with you
Everywhere.
everywhere. You can't switch off at 3 o'clock and think, oh, tomorrow morning I'm gonna switch on again when I get back in. And
Look, if you.
We get some though, they do it.
I do it. I actually do it.
I think it's needed.
Yes.
Let's switch off.
I do switch off. I am available 24/7. Damien can vouch for it. But when I leave work, I'm going home. I have a family that I need to see to. So I switch up. When I'm done with him, obviously then maybe I'm in the mood to switch my brain back on. Then I'm going to do
That's
something.
important.
But I don't, because again, work is work, and I do need to have my time.
it's important.
How long are you a teacher for now, Ms. Mac?
In September, I'm there for 9 years. So 9 years.
And you love it as much today as the first day?
I do
To
actually.
be honest,
No, I do. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with, but it's not changing me.
As a
And
teacher.
it molded me into who I am now. And I mean, yes, it has become part of my lifestyle. And it will come down to if you love what you're doing, then you're not working. And I do actually love what I'm doing. I can be in a class, don't give me admin. Not give me a projector, give me speakers, give me Wi-Fi, give me the resources. I can teach all that. I'll even teach, what is this? EMS. I'll even teach that if I need to. But don't give me the admin part.
Oh, EMS is Economic and Management Science.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I still have it.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that is our problem that we do have that also demotivates us as teachers.
What, the admin part of it?
Yeah,
Like
the admin
resources.
is a bit too much because it feels like most of my job is I'm an administrator more than a teacher.
Of course.
Because a paper trail for everything
To cover yourself.
to cover myself, and that makes you tired. And then when I step into that classroom,
You're
I get so moeg.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of things that is not even my job. That becomes my job. Makes me so tired I can't even do my own job.
And then also, like, doesn't that go in like lesson planning, right? That's also like a thing, like something that people don't think about.
My experience on lesson plans is it is an unrealistic piece of paper one can ever have. It's very unrealistic because yes, it's important. It's a guide to your learning outcomes, what your outcome of your lesson,
Structure.
the structure of your lesson, your intro, your body, your conclusion, the objective. Yeah, that's fine. But why is it something that okay, put it if you want.
So you can answer it.
The answer it might be very
It depends
important.
what it is.
Could be work. This is a live with teacher, guys. Like we
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, if it's work, then no.
Yeah. So, right?
Go on. What
So
are you
the
trying to
thing is, it is important, but why must I submit it, man, to someone to see? So don't you trust me? Don't you trust my judgment? Do you understand? And it's so unnecessary admin that people one must do. I must have my lesson plan. Then at the end of the term, she wants my book moderation sheets. I had my lesson plan already. Yeah. You really saw what I'm gonna teach.
Yeah.
Now I saw my books at the end of the term to see if I told that.
But isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that?
So
Like, I think a lot of things that are enforced in the workplace now. For everyone that obviously we're all working here probably more than 10 years now. Maybe not you, but yeah. We've all worked. But a lot of things that put in place is because what came before. You understand? It's not just there for being there, it's there because maybe once upon a time, person A didn't have a lesson plan and they, for lack of a better word, they fucked up. And now they put this in place to cover everyone involved, including you as a teacher, teachers, and as unnecessary as it is. So I think it might be that. So yes, they trust you, but they also don't trust you because of person A in the past.
Yeah.
So that's one of it, and also lack of resources, like we said, that would make our job so much easier, especially in the areas we work in. Both of us work in an area where we actually work at the same school, and we work in a school which is based in an area where people struggle on a daily basis, and the resources that is not given to us as teachers to actually make learning different. Because unfortunately, direct instruction is most of my teaching. Firstly, because I have lack of resources. Firstly, my classes are big.
Overpopulated.
You cannot do every teaching strategy because that's what teaching about. We need to switch up our teaching strategies
Yeah.
because you need to accommodate to different learners. It's a struggle. You understand? And if you just drive another 20 minutes, you go to a different school where it's a whole different ballgame. And I think that is a struggle we have, especially in our type of schools.
So it's a loop, right? So you work in a area that is obviously not financially well, bottom of the barrel. So now the school don't have resources, but now you're also teaching a certain caliber of kid, right? To say it like that. So it's like with those type of kids, you probably need the top resources, you need
Yes.
the top education. So
Encourage them, yes.
to engage them, so they need to actually maybe be probably 20 learners in the class. But now they're coming from an area, and it's like there's already 40. There's lack of resources, so it just loops.
And out of that 40, like you guys mentioned, not everybody's gonna stay around.
Yeah, everyone doesn't stay around. Reason why I don't blame the child. I don't blame the parents. I blame the system we're working in for that. Because we failed that child.
So you believe it?
We didn't accommodate that child. If a child must leave school, I say I failed that child. Or not me personally, but the system I'm working for failed that child because I couldn't accommodate him. I didn't have the resources to teach that child how to read or to say actively involved in class. I'm giving that child the same damn test that I'm giving a child that's an A student.
Yeah. I
Do you understand?
and that's
That's so
already happening
unfair.
in school.
Do you understand? Yeah, we'll never be able to change the way we assess, but I mean, oh, there's phone calls today.
Nice.
He's not a teacher, by the way. Not your
What I
excuse.
mean is, yeah, it will never change, but how can we assess the same learner that's getting an A with a learner that can't read?
Yes, I
It
can.
doesn't mean that the child doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So,
A
yeah,
lack of,
that,
it sounds like a lack of investment from the government, especially versus. I'm assuming this is a government
yeah.
school. That's a lack of investment on the end. I think they can improve on the investment part of it. Give the teachers the tools, man. I think that's what we're crying out for, especially in our communities. Give the leaders in our communities the tools to make a change. We all want change, but we lack the tools. You know what I mean? And you can only, and I mean these kids have to go and compete with kids that had went to private schooling.
That's probably done, in fact.
Oh.
These kids have to go and not compete, but I mean, you go to university, you in a pool with kids that had the tools, had the exposure, had all of those things. You're going up against those kids, you know what I mean? And that's why we have so much respect for people that come from humble beginnings and still make it, because we know the journey and we know what they had to go through, you know what I mean? So look, at the end of the day, you guys are heroes.
Yeah.
Especially,
You guys, like, okay, we obviously know what school you work at. We don't want to mention it. And it's bad. It's really bad. I have heard stories from Damien. Like, it's really bad, and it's like.
Doesn't always listen to that, to your stories, because sometimes not that bad.
he's sugarcoating it.
Exaggerate.
It's sometimes not that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
You
Damien,
just have
come
to
on,
be
man.
extra.
Yeah, that is
You don't
Damien.
even have a toilet. No, it's not what soap in the damn toilet.
But my point is, even if it is exaggerated a bit, which most people do exaggerate to add a bit of spice, I compare
it's truth, eh?
to my upbringing, the schooling and the privilege that I had. You know what I mean? And I think like, yo, how lucky am I that I can even complain about? I couldn't. The school I went to, I wasn't allowed to have a 5-day school. They would send me back home. They must start to give me a razor, like me to say, bruh. And at the time, it's like, what? This is whack. But I look back and I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
But jealous of my
it was
friend.
better.
And you know what I say?
yeah.
All these rules that were taken out of schools, that's why we have so much discipline issues. Because that's small little things.
Yeah, but Damon, I'm disappointed that you actually exaggerate.
What?
I doesn't sound a little extra.
I don't.
Thank
For
you,
me, I'm like that everywhere, man. You know. I will make it. For me, that's how it is to me, man. For you, it might sound like I'm exaggerating. But that's just how I see it.
That's your experience.
Do you understand? It was so bad. For her, it might not be that bad.
Yeah, but Damon, remember that last time you told me, listen to this, guys, this is a true story. Damon phoned me, or sending me a voice note that one of the students got knocked over.
Okay, yeah, that one was bad.
But then you find,
Really?
no, but then I find out later on as the story comes out, that the court didn't touch the learner.
The child fell.
The child fell. The car was driving, braked, and the child fell. But he said the child got knocked over.
The child just got like a shock.
A shock and fell over, like being hit by a car and falling over his
That's
foot.
because that is like
That is
But you were knocked. You could have been
a
knocked.
student.
But you said he
knocked
got knocked,
over
I'm like,
is
what?
crazy.
I would say he got knocked. Because
So,
he could have been knocked.
to Dr. Mapp's point, you can exaggerate, man.
Look, if I had to tell you how the child looked, different thing, then I would have believed and said yes.
Okay.
And then, you know, the worst part of it, I am far from the scene. But they look for my ear stuff because my first day.
I ran over the
He runs to look for me. Yeah, there's others.
I'm on the
their
scene.
level.
I'm on the scene. I'm not helping. Because I don't know what the fuck to do. Sorry for squealing. Yeah, but you know, they're like that. I don't know what the hell I must do. I ran from Prince Joseph into the school looking for her, shouting, you the child! Knocked over. Yeah, I think I can, but you know,
But also that is how you feel, like you say, man, to your point, that is how you feel in that moment of
the
time.
thing is, why I called her was, it's because she's a first aider, and the first aider that was there was looking. You understand? And if anything should happen to that child, if I touch the child, if anything should happen to the child, I'm not qualified. Do you understand? Why did I touch it?
Why is it
She's qualified.
Mm. Oh, that's why she's
Now
Dr.
it's-
Follow
Max.
the right procedure.
Do you understand? She's qualified, but Joshua that's standing there looking, hi baby,
I hear you.
you know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So there was people on the scene that could have helped, that was in shock,
No,
didn't know.
no, and there no other first aiders were there,
Mm,
but he runs past him. I still need to walk down the stairs and then I need to go through the, like it was mission.
Mm.
But I needed to be there because I was more worried about him.
Didn't learn a while, so it wasn't that bad.
And then when I got there, look, that's I said if you had to go on about how the kid looked, differently.
What did the kid look like?
sure. Like he got low.
So he fell. He fell
So,
on
then,
his head.
so you were exaggerating and the kid was exaggerating.
No, man, you know, with a doll pop it a pop, no?
Mm.
So you know, they pop that has flimsy heads.
Mm.
You press it so, you know, it was like,
Yeah.
like it was actually like that.
Oh,
It's, you know,
okay, so the scene felt like that,
Yes,
okay.
and I do not like blood, so obviously I needed to go explain.
The child didn't get about call. He fell on his head, bust.
No, it was bad.
It was
It was
bad.
actually bad.
Blood was like.
Now, how did the blood didn't end up like
Was
that?
he
That
fell?
nothing
Oh,
touched
you're
him.
riding a bicycle?
Yes.
That's why.
No, we ran over the road.
Mm.
So he ran fast and fell like that.
I don't know how
Mm.
the child actually fell. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, VR. If you see, we need VR.
But yeah, okay, that's interesting. So
We need
Yeah.
VR, bro.
back to your everyday struggle as a teacher. Like, what is it like to actually, besides the lack of resources,
Wanted to be like one.
to be like a teacher in the class, like on a
Did
day-to-day?
you hear what happened? Did you see what they shot? Okay, you carry on. I'm telling you, you're going to have an experience. So
Mm.
you carry on, and this is what we do in class.
Oh,
So, yeah,
okay.
you were speaking to the walls.
Mm.
We're having a conversation. What are you doing this weekend?
Mm.
It's a long week. What are you doing?
Yo, can we do something?
But it's very. It reminds me of
That's
when
like
I was
that.
in school.
Yeah, it's very much.
Like you
like-
get your elements. I don't know
Okay,
if it's
so
still the
you get
same.
your morning briefing. This is how our days look.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, we start on a Monday. We come in 22, half past, as Mac will say. We start half past, only echo 22,
Yeah.
8 anchor stuff. We get into briefing, we get briefed on what is our expectations for the week, what was last week, what happened last week, the updates of last week, what's our expectations for this week, right? That bell ring, we all sitting like this. Briefing is over, the bell ring. We sit like this.
Yeah, we're not ready.
We're not ready. We don't stand up because now we're mentally preparing ourselves. We get in our lines, we see all those children, and we're like, to be honest, why are you at school today? Do you understand? I'm not having a good day. Why are you at school? There's always like 1, 2 specific learners you just don't want it today. Because I'm already not having a good day. Okay, you get into class. Oh, you hear they're greeting you. They're going on. One is
Because now we need to catch up over the weekend. Mind you, we saw each other the weekend, but today we're going to speak about what happened. But we were together.
Who is this? The
learners.
educators or the learners?
But,
The kids.
but at this point, as someone that went to school and someone that was, I think all kids are naughty, but it's not sounding very different from a normal school.
Yeah, it sounds
Like,
like I was.
like,
I was on a.
Like, I want to know, like, the deeper. I want to hear, are they shouting your master?
Okay.
Are they threatening you?
No,
Are
the
they
we're not
learners-
there. We're not there yet.
You're not
It's still
yet.
in the morning. It's still
So
morning.
morning.
Oh, so it's so calm.
It's
Yes.
all calm.
We can
And
still
then
get
waking up in the
teaching.
morning.
Okay.
So the first 2 hours we can still get teaching. in.
We can still get teaching
Yes.
in unless Mr. Chi, B-boy, D-boy. D-boy is not having had a good morning this morning. We have had a good weekend. So D-boy is acting out this
Yes.
morning. D-boy is going
By
on,
Damien as the Amakai.
jumping on the tables and going on, and sir's trying to teach you, stabbing this one.
Damn.
And I'm trying to get through my lesson
Okay,
because
so-
Mac is going to come to my class in the next hour to teach a subject. Do you understand? I can't get through. This group is waiting on me. Tino, Joshua on that side is waiting on me to teach them. Because they are here for a reason. Do you understand? They don't act out. They come to school because hulle begin skryf. But teacher here is focusing on that one there. It's not having a good morning this morning. So the unfairness, our learners are starting to have no regard for one another, not caring for school. They don't care.
But where does that come from? Their peers or from home?
I think it comes more from home. Because you set the tone in your classroom. You set your child, you need to remind your child why your child comes to school. And that's not being done enough in the homes. Gedryf by die school, no? That's what children need to
That's what
know
and parents.
or reminded.
Parents.
They know it, but you need to remind children. You know why I come to school. No? Not to irritate the teacher. Not for the teacher to baby you. I mean to teach you. And you'll see a lot of in communities where it's poverty. You stand there on school patrol, you so must see die ma, hierdie lus vir haar kind, die gaan. And that gaan, that child wants that mother and father-in-law from me now. He doesn't want to learn now, because he never got attention this weekend. I'm there now. So sir is going to give me that attention that I need. I'm not going to learn today, because I never got attention.
Even the negative attention that they get, sometimes they
Gives you
value that.
attention.
Like for example, you're saying that a child act out in the morning. First thing you're coming in on a Monday and you're acting out. He's trying to draw attention to
Yeah.
himself. Whether it's the children seeing that, you reprimanding him, that's attention that he's getting that he's never going to be got, like you're saying, over the weekend. So even that little bit of negative attention that he's getting, he's appreciating, or she's appreciating because they never got any. You know what I mean? So that's also the issue that I think you guys are dealing with, is that kids come to school and they're looking for that attention from
And also,
you guys.
the era that they're living is not the best era, obviously, right? So, obviously, maybe mom is an alcoholic, is a druggie, and this is realistic. That also affects them, right? Maybe some of them can't even leave their houses. Who knows what the situation is? Daddy's in the gang, can't leave, daddy's wanted, I need to come to school. I'm what, 10, 11, 12 years old maybe? And I'm somehow asked to deal with all of those feelings at the school, what's under-resourced. You know what I mean? That is tough.
Look, I don't think they would understand the severity in primary school, to be honest.
No, they do.
No, they
do.
No, they
They
do.
do.
What do you mean? They do.
They're well aware
Of
of
the circumstances.
Yes, that they are. They are
No, and
definitely.
they're well aware of what they are doing in school.
They know what they do.
Yes, but I'm saying the severity of the behavior.
What do you
No,
mean?
they know.
What do
They
So
know.
you know that the way you acting now is going to impact your
Yes.
future.
You know you will kakanvanger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know it and they embrace it.
And they
They
know
embrace
that.
it. I know, I'm going to say I was a naughty kid now, but I know what it is when you're in school, and the school is the time where you get the most attention, you get the most acknowledgement, your character gets built, who you are is determined by who you are at school, because you spend most of your time at school. All of that is what they are embracing at school. But through all of that, there's only a few learners that understands this part of their life.
And you know what?
So what I think what Joshua is saying is what I do today will affect me in 10 years.
Like
time.
there was learners that already knew
They don't
I
care.
need to pass grade 6
Because
because
they
it's going to
are
be beneficial for grade 8. Or,
They there to abuse you.
Yeah, so,
Some of them come abuse us every single day.
so do you think do you think that it's more of like I'm not thinking about tomorrow, I'm just living for the now?
Yeah, and no, but like I saw, and Mac and vouch for that, they come, most of them come, not most, sorry, the minority, that seems like they're the most, they come there to come abuse.
Can I ask you a question?
Do you, Matt, sorry, Josh,
Do you agree?
do
They
you?
come there to abuse us. Mentally, they there to abuse us.
That's
Physically,
Right.
because I got beaten up while stopping a fight, that's why I don't stop fights anymore. My hair was just so swollen like this.
Okay, that's exaggeration. Just like a pimple dot. But
No,
you know,
it was swollen.
but okay, Diamond, just be careful how you choose your words, man. Don't say they're coming to abuse you. You know what I mean? I don't
I'm
think
saying the minority.
no.
And
but-
I will stand on my word because that is what we experience every day and teachers are too afraid to say it. We get the
So you feel person Charlie wakes up in the morning and thinks, I actually want to come to school
to
now.
piss you off, of course, because I'm being pissed off at home. So I'm gonna hurt the people I love the most or care for the most. That's who you hurt most. The one that gives you attention, the one that wants to teach you, the one that wants to love you. Ik ga je zien, man.
Yeah, but you must remember, it's also them feeling safe.
Yeah.
That's why they do it.
Because they can't do that at home.
I didn't say that.
They
Like
feel-
some of them can't do what they're doing.
Yes.
Some of the parents don't even know that is their children going like that. We had parent meetings where the parents are shocked to hear that is their child.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
but
No,
very
that,
sure.
that is true.
But
That's
do you
They're
guys
shocked to find out that my child.
when you go through the day and you see this happening in front of you, do you ever take a moment to woosah and say like, have this conversation like, okay, this is like why they're acting out. Does not help you kind of move.
But
to the
our
right.
days are so busy. You're everywhere. You only get that time at home when you actually think and lay in your bed because that's the only quiet time you get.
It will also come down to the age group, man, because with the grade 7s now, when you have them, you can actually stop a lesson, have this conversation, and then carry on afterwards. But the group that he has, which I taught last year and he has now, you can't do that because the moment you take a break, it's going to take another hour and a half to get them back into
Yeah.
working.
Okay.
So
They need to be
they want
overstimulated.
Yes, they want to
They must be
socialize.
not overstimulated, they be
That's what they
stimulated.
want to do.
They
Who's the
can't
playground,
not sit still.
My question I have for you, Shana, and just to ask you guys this, I'm very big on exposing them. No, not in a negative way. Don't get me wrong, guys.
Oh, I'm gonna sign for some discipline.
But I'm saying exposure in the sense of going back to my point of does this kid understand how important this part of their life is? Do they go on excursions to universities? Do they go to excursions on maybe private high schools?
We don't have
or
money to
whatever?
go on excursions.
Because
Unfortunately.
what I'm trying to say is now, exposing these kids to what is coming or what they can expect will make them maybe give them an understanding of.
Something to fight for.
If I know if I go to a university and someone tells me this is what you guys need to achieve to get here, and this is why you're in this class today
Well,
because
we
of
wish
A,
we
B, and
could do
C,
that.
and the people that are here now, they were the ones that listened and did well, and now they're here. And when they are done here, they're gonna have a good job, and they can do this, and they can help their mommy that is struggling, and I know your daddy, whatever. This is gonna allow them to do that. So I feel like taking these kids out of the environment, put them in I wish I was taken from where I was and put into a completely different environment where I had friends that went to private institutions and I could only hear about the things that they experience. I wish I was able to experience that so that I could get sometimes you can only, let's say for example, you're in a certain situation and someone takes you to a completely different environment. Sometimes it motivates you. It shows you, it opens up your eye and like, wow,
Now
I
we
never
want
knew
to
this
do that,
exists.
Joshua.
You know what I mean?
But I
We
think,
would really love to do that,
Because-
but unfortunately, we don't have the finance again.
and I think what I'm hearing is there's so much things and there's so much things against us learners, man. You can take Charlie out to the environment and you can take him to a UWC and UCT and say you can be this and this is for you. But tomorrow you're still going back to our home.
Yes, but it will never, you can't erase it. Kids and memories is vital.
Okay,
That will stick with him, bro.
so we need to expose them to a lot of things basically.
Mm.
For them to sit back and think like, you
Yeah.
know what, I have all of this material. We try that. That is why we have whiteboards now, we have the projectors. Ons wys vir julle videos, we got the Wi-Fi to show us videos, but julle wil vir my sê, let's just go look for Man United's game that they were playing yesterday.
They're not seeing
Is
it.
that work?
They're not seeing it.
Exactly. Show them a video of how the plants actually grow, animals, or whatever the case might be, that they must learn. That's resources, visual learning. Then praat hulle, by talking. Another simple thing. not everyone is academically strong.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have a beautiful facility. What do? They break the fences around the facility, they take out the astroturf, they break that, they want to burn it, they want to. So, at what point do they appreciate the stuff that they already have? And that's the problem that we have. So,
You
why
can take
must
them out of the ghetto, but you can't
yes.
take the ghetto
So
out
why
of
must
you.
I go through so much effort on thinking of a whole lot of ways on how the child can take in all of these things that is there for them, just for that to be thrown back into my face? What did they do? That's where
It
comes
sounds like a
down to
very
failing.
despondent situation where it's like the kids are,
They're not bringing their partner.
they're not bringing their
Basically,
part.
they're not bringing their
You
partner.
guys are becoming very despondent, where I even gets to a point where the teacher stops going the extra mile anymore
Yes.
because you feel like it's not being appreciated. So I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna teach. I'm not gonna lekker talks or lekker vibes with you because I just feel like you're not appreciated.
And yeah, because a lot of the teachers are like that, and not just us. I mean, a lot of
Across the
teachers
board,
are like
But
that.
in
They're
the
that
country.
But,
temporary.
okay, but what's the solution, guys? What
I
is
would
the
not give us more money. First of all, please do increase our salaries because
Mm.
I think we do need it.
So if you have an extra X amount on your paycheck, do you feel like that's gonna change?
Yes,
things?
of course.
Yes, because you know what, now I'm gonna get up every
Morning.
morning and now gaan ek nou lekker gaan
Mm.
teach. You know what, I'm going to accept your rudeness,
Mm.
even though I don't have a choice
Yeah.
right now because
Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, pay your teachers a bit
More
more.
salary,
Yeah,
yes.
For what they're dealing with?
Okay, yeah. Okay,
um,
second step.
Let me give five.
Money for the school.
nee, but you must remember some schools are no fee, so
Okay,
there
yeah.
must be a budget for that when we get that.
So that. What else?
We shouldn't have the overcrowded classrooms.
Okay,
Because
how much
that-
learners in the class?
So-
25 for each teacher.
No, you see, now we're not private, baby. Come on now. So,
That's my dream.
35.
Realistically
yes.
speaking, okay.
Yes, because
I have 35 now.
yeah, but then
And you say
if
41.
we lose, yes, and I sat with 51 last year.
Oh.
The same group you had. Same
She
group
said
we
with
had.
51
Yes.
children
Yeah,
in the
51,
class
yeah.
is
Yes.
crazy.
And I needed to deal with it.
Of course, it's gonna be a social
Because,
experiment.
because Damien wanted to climb through the windows.
Of course.
And Joshua wanted to sleep under the tables. And
I
you
wanna
know
watch
what's the thing?
United, yeah.
Enable, yes.
Okay.
Enable diabetes.
So,
51 is
reduce the amount of learners in the class,
Yes.
okay?
Minimize our admin also. That's one of the things because you know what? The teachers will be more productive because they're going to have energy to be.
To do what they actually
So you feel like the
Yes.
schools are underemployed in the case that we have to do
more teacher assistants.
And more. Oh, but management, that the staff having management that knows that can manage people and not know, like you always say, a manager is supposed to be someone. I'm not speaking about my school specifically, but in general, what I've
Yeah.
heard. Managers are supposed to be the most liked person in the room. And if people mustn't be shy to walk on eggshells around them.
Yeah, I feel that is the most important
Because
part
they
of
set the
management.
staff morale.
Set the environment so you can
Like we
try.
already have CAC learners that we have to deal with on a daily basis, but then you're gonna get CAC management also. And that's how a lot of people leave the profession. Because as you see, majority of education, people in management education are older people. So they still have this autocratic management style? Is it autocratic?
I don't know.
This dictatorship
Okay, yeah.
management style. Do you understand? They want to dictate, they want to micromanage. And I think that also play a role in how a teacher performs at work.
Okay.
Management.
So we have more money for the teachers.
Younger management. Sorry to the oldies.
Okay, so we have
But younger management that actually knows how to work with people and not having a manager that's good at their job. Because that's what the manager.
but you know
That's mine.
okay.
That because we're making people that managers that are good in their job and not people that are good with people.
But okay, but
And I feel you need
But you
people.
need to be both.
Yeah, but I think that is more
But then
important.
gonna come back to the thing at the very start of the podcast. You said this when you're speaking about going through the process of becoming a teacher. You are studying to be a teacher. You're not trained. It's the same thing with anyone who's a manager. I became a manager because I was the best at job ABC. Now I could do it better than him. Okay, Tino is good, so Tino can do that. So now I must manage other people to do that. It's not that simple. They are not teaching me how to be a manager. I'm just good at this, and that's the
Are
same.
you good at helping others?
And that's what, and but I'm
And that,
saying
and that's what I'm
that.
saying is now in the last few years, they do this. Okay, you're gonna go on a 2 month or once a week out of the business. You're gonna go on a management course and stuff. It doesn't be like that. Before you even become a manager, you need to think of what type of leader do I want to be. So that's the question you need to ask yourself, right? Because Uncle Ben in Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. Because you have responsibility to your staff members, to the people under you and the people above you, to create that environment. But that is not get too attainment, because Principal at Sidney's High was a great teacher, great at work.
That's why she's a principal.
Admin and
And
stuff
the
like that.
years of experience.
Yes, that is what I got, but I want taught that management skills. And that is the things that we are struggling with today and coming out.
And that's when we can see the ripple effects of it. The older principals now it's older, they are principals because of the years of experience.
Yeah.
Having good QMS schools, that all counts.
Yeah.
Being good at your job. But it doesn't mean you're going to be a good of a manager.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Of course.
It
There's a
doesn't.
lot of that nowadays where they're very good at what they do. When it comes to managing people,
They can't.
there's a psychology part about it. The
Yeah.
psychology part about it where you can't just think because I'm good at something, I can now go and manage.
And the
No,
messed
of
up part
course
is,
not.
I
No,
don't
no.
mind. I don't mind
I'm
older
gonna be
leaders.
serious. I'm gonna be
No,
serious.
I don't
Right.
mind older people that are leaders, but they also need to come to the party and they also need to start learning from us. Do you understand? A better way to do it. But, ma'am, I understand where you come from, sir. I understand where you come from, but this is how you do it.
Evolve.
Do you understand?
Need to evolve.
Like, to my experience, is that what you're gonna say is so. What I'm gonna say, you're not gonna listen to me because I'm not important. You understand? You already made a decision. It is only right but to listen to you. Yes, that's what leaders must do. It's only right to listen. But Jay Clio, you didn't make a decision. My opinion means nothing to you. You understand?
But you mind-
And that is the messed up part.
Yeah.
And that's what brings staff morale down. And if you can't have, like I said in the beginning, you can't have crappy managers and crappy children.
You know what dictatorship gives me, and people that are like that, I'm gonna be honest with you now, even in my workspace. I feel like I told my colleague the other day, you don't get managers anymore, maybe, I don't know, that the ones who see, like, I see a manager as your success is based on how much people succeed under you. That's what I, for me, believe is a good manager. You get too much managers focus on their journey and how good they look and how quiet they look under their bosses and how well they did their job, and they don't even care they throw their mates under the bus because, yeah, but Joshua, I told Joshua to do that and he didn't do it, so Joshua is in the fault and I'm in the right because I did discipline him. And they're so fixated on themselves, and it's not only management, it's a lot of people in a lot of
Look
places
at our
as well.
faces.
But not, no, everybody
now.
today, is so for themselves because it's a world. I just spoke with Uberman, and it's like, yo, we spoke about people used to keep lifts up along the road.
No, yes.
Now you can't even do that. He said I used to drive my Hermanas every weekend down. I said people lifts. I can't even do that anymore because everybody needs to be so for themselves because of how society is, and people coming up in society is not benefiting at all because now your manager is supposed to be someone that, like at work, we're supposed to have something called one-to-ones. I know you guys probably have that. Every month you sit down with this person and you go through development and key areas and how can you improve, and that's important. Now you're having meetings where it's all 6 of us. And I'm doing one big ass coaching on development with all 6. How is it gonna help Tom, Dick and Harry? They all 3 have different things they need to work on. You can't just do one coaching on for 6 people when you have a communication problem, you lack confidence, you are too arrogant, you are the knowledge gap there. All of them needs individual attention, bro. And then they say, no, but my workload is so much. My work, I can't even get out there. I would love to get out there, but my boss is asking me to do admin, this, that, so I can't even get out through. I can't even get out, and it's true, and we had a meeting about this yesterday. They can't even get out by doing those things because they are loaded with so much work that they have to now just combine it into one meeting.
You know, Joshua is often the case is, man, and this is just generally is. In that case, I hear to say it's true, but we managers are not managed properly by their managers because
It's a ripple effect at this point.
but it's true because you are measured on your KPIs.
Yeah.
So now instead of that is not how you fucking do management. Management is not a piece of paper. You look at anyone who can be a manager and say, I must make sure I reach this KPI. I just need to be literate enough. You know what I mean? That is what you fucking doing. So you can't manage like that. You need to manage off a feeling. So when you manage off KPIs, you're not managing off feelings. You so focus on this KPIs.
Yeah.
Did that person do this? Did that person do that? Did that person do that? Because at the end of the day, your manager looks at that KPI. No, Tino, but you didn't do ABC. But I'm dealing with a human being over here. A human being that fucking tried to commit suicide last week.
Exactly.
They didn't know how they're gonna get to work. They like every day, but you know this person takes 3 taxis to work. They don't know they're gonna eat for lunch.
Yeah.
But I'm not give this person a warning.
But giving that person a warning will make me look good because you know what I mean?
You understand?
Now it's like you look quiet because you know
Yes.
you're a disciplined manager and you strict
Yes.
it. You don't take shit and late coming is a thing and you don't tolerate.
Yeah.
But it's a whole
It's a
thing
thing.
going on,
But you know
bro.
what you can actually do and say, you know what, Joshua, you haven't like let's talk.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. Okay, Tina, this is the situation. No, Joshua.
Before I give you this paperwork,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this paperwork, but before I do that, what's going on?
Yes, and then this is the solution. You
Yes.
are coming late. We are running a business, we're running a charity.
I see.
So what I'm going to do is, you can start up with this, but you're gonna have to take half an hour lunch.
Wow.
Meet me,
Yeah, how
meet
can-
me halfway.
Ah.
That is what
how
it
can we
looks
improve?
like.
Yeah, how can we improve
You don't
this?
go in like that, and that, man. But we can't. And sometimes we are doing things so long. Who are you? The time I was a principal or teacher,
And they
you
keep
fucking what you really
You're really.
Nah,
You
see,
wouldn't
they keep,
really
they keep going back to that. Yeah.
And you coming now to tell me. You understand?
Jy kon daai te college uit.
Yes.
Hy kon sien.
It's like the
Exactly.
first time you told your mommy off
Yeah.
or your daddy off.
Ah.
Ah.
Or you know when you realize, my mommy or my daddy is actually not the smartest person. I don't actually like the way they do things. As a kid, that's a scary thought because you're like, but as a parent, imagine
Yeah.
that not
I got me this far. My work got me this far. So you tell me that what I'm doing is not smart
Yes.
enough.
And also, if you're going to raise your opinion, you're going to be victimized. By men.
But also, Diamond, and you need to
You
learn
understand?
this.
There's a lot of that.
But Diamond
also.
needs to
You're going
learn
to be
this.
victimized.
Diamond, you need to learn this. I'm going to teach you something today on this podcast. There's a difference between challenging someone's idea and challenging someone. Because you have that ability to challenge someone and not the idea. So you must tread carefully. You understand what I'm saying? You can't,
Yes.
when you challenge someone, you don't challenge the way they do things.
Mm.
That is challenging, now you're challenging me.
Okay, integrity.
Okay.
You challenge my idea of it. There's a difference. And many people don't learn that because then you're going to just look at the person who's like,
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not just a person.
I'm going to take that person.
Ah.
Now I don't have to, now my wall is up. So you can machine Mandarin, I don't care. So you must be fine.
Now he's talking facts. I see it a lot where somebody, maybe even the strongest person, they'll go against management because they know, hey, man, you can't tell nothing about my work. Man. I know my work. So I feel like I'm strong enough to challenge you because I think it can be done
You're
better.
talking to them.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Even though I can.
I've learned something and maybe I'll take it back with me.
Even though
I
I
will
can
tell
be
that
talking
person
to them.
that I know it work. This is actually how you should approach because they will say, yo, man, bro, I'm trying to get through to this person, but they just, and it's like you said, challenge the idea.
Don't challenge the person.
Because that person will be maybe open to saying, okay, cool, so what
Now,
do
if
you
you say
suggest?
challenge the idea, elaborate on that.
So let's just,
Example.
just say you need to be on patrol duty.
Scholar patrol.
Scholar patrol 4 times a week. You gonna come in, why am I being and I don't like the way you do things and stuff. Okay, cool, I get it. But let's first find out why must I be on, like, okay, why am I gonna be on scholar patrol for 4 days in the week? Did the person explain themselves? Okay, so they give you the answer why. So now, come up with a solution.
Okay, don't come with problems, come with solutions.
So,
So,
but-
what the problem that you're
So what you're doing is you're already challenging, even understanding
But that's your words always. Yeah, you have a problem. Don't come to my problem to have a
No, but-
solution.
No, but that's
Right,
the
That
right.
is.
But
What side do you have the problem?
Yes.
Come with the
And,
solution.
and first of all, before you even find a problem, you don't even know why it is a problem. You just say there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why must I be on patrol to do 4 times a week? Okay, but okay, understand why. Let me understand this person's reasoning.
Is it
Okay, I
process?
hear what you're saying. Okay, cool, but what do you think if maybe we can do it this way? Can we maybe try it out? You know? I know too, but that will benefit us this way. Oh, okay, Mr. Benjamin, this looks different.
Okay, now example.
And bring facts.
Scholarbetal never problem, that's pesto duties.
Yeah, I'm making an
But I'm
example.
saying, okay,
In any case,
Right,
right,
though.
bring facts. Because they're
at
going
the
to
end
ask
of
you to bring
term,
facts.
at the end of term, everyone must stay late. Everyone must stay late.
Okay, so what's your... So, okay, so...
And I have a big problem about this. Because my week is klaar, her week is klaar. Why must I
So, okay, let's say, for example...
So how do you react to that situation?
Italy,
Okay.
They said Italy is a business requirement.
Okay,
Now, I'm
it's,
not-
firstly it's not. Also,
Okay.
Okay, wait, let's go down this
Okay.
road. I'm the principal, Tiger.
That means a shooter.
I'm the principal.
Then I can answer him.
You need to stay like, okay, so what is your response to that?
I must say like, okay.
It's a requirement.
Now I come to you that said it. Why must I stay late if my work is done?
Already you lost me. Why are you challenging me? Why must I stay like...
That comes down to his tone.
Yeah, so you
It's
already
not
lost
what
me.
you say, it's
How
how
you
you
say
say.
it.
Okay,
You
okay. So
already lost
good
me.
morning, hi.
But you haven't done that.
Okay.
Yeah, never.
You
What
haven't-
is the reason behind me staying late if my work is done?
You see already even that tone is horrible.
Sarcasm.
That is now passive aggressive sarcasm.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on with the joke. You don't know how to make jokes, never mind. Not when it comes to
Look, I was told that we need to stay late.
Hi, morning everybody.
Now, the easy,
Yeah.
first of all, when you're
What
great,
is the reason why we saying late?
we know you do
It's
this.
not
like-
emotional, right?
It's still giving a
When-
bit of like
When you,
the...
first of all, when you're doing this,
Oh my
you
God,
do it
this
in
is
front of
bad.
everyone or you do it
No,
in-
I'm coming to you.
Okay, so first of all, you can be direct and be genuine. Always be genuine. Never try. If you are a certain way, be a certain way.
Mm.
Don't be fucking fake. Be authentic.
Now the first time I was like that.
Yeah.
Why are we saying late?
Look at
That's
your
me, Moose, isn't it?
Yeah. So you have to say, "Hi, Miss Mac, or whoever, Miss Mac, can I have a word with you?" Like, I don't understand. It don't make sense to me. What is the reason that we actually? Because that's what I would be.
Because it's your colleague that is making us all stay late.
Your colleague. Okay, what colleague? Now I just have to fake me then.
Mm.
Okay, Mr. Benjamin, but you as Danas are supposed to make sure your colleagues are done, isn't it?
That's not my grade. Moose, it's my grade. Let's be honest.
But if it's your phase and you're working in a phase, then you must.
No, I don't work in the place, Moose.
Okay, Benji, I'm going to go back to the PAM document.
No,
Then
I will
PAM,
go.
and PAM documents gives us our hours. The
That's why I say
principal
facts.
Yeah.
tells
Okay,
us
that's
when
why I
we
say
can leave
you
and when
can't
we
I
can't.
love that. I love that saying of where I work. They always say that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
Now, you know what?
You're
No,
going to
but it's,
come with
but it's,
facts.
it's, and I mean, it's there.
Okay, but what does Pam also state
Mhm.
is that it needs to be communicated beforehand, way in advance for that educator to prepare. You cannot tell me on with that.
So
Then you lose the case.
But then why did you then opt to maybe be part of a different committee even when you know it's also going to be long?
What do you mean?
Like just in general.
Yeah, I understand that, but you cannot tell me when it's that work related that I'm to stay today, you're saying late. Do you understand? You don't know what prior commitments I have. That PAM document says, yes, I have that amount of hours I need to work, but it needs to be communicated beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
you understand?
Which is true. But now, if we have an emergency or because the funding isn't done and it must be signed off at a certain time, then what?
It's a management problem, not my problem.
It's not a management problem.
My work is
Because-
done.
Because you have said that you need to stay late because Joshua didn't finish his
I understand that. I do understand that. But it was that grade head. That grade head needed to make sure that that colleague's work is done. Do you understand? That's why I say it is a management problem.
Inner issues
This,
of
look
education
here,
is
look
deep.
here. That's always me, man. If things like that doesn't get done, it is the person that is in charge there that must make sure things are smoothly.
Someone on the camera saying, that's right!
But you get what I'm saying?
Someone
man?
at home.
It is a management problem. If the grade head is also fucked up, then it becomes a DH's problem. If the DH is fucked up, it becomes a deputy's problem. Then it goes to the principal. So it's a management problem. It's not my problem. We are the same level of qualification. We have the same amount of work. It is your in charge's job.
The birds agree with you.
You understand? I'm in charge. I have to make sure Max's work is done, Josh and Tina's work is done. Why must I do it? But that one and that one can't do it, that or grade it.
I think that's coming back to what Joshua was saying
No,
earlier on.
I'm sorry.
You're having a meeting with 5 people and you're addressing everyone instead of just isolating that one person and saying, Joshua, you're actually the problem. You're actually keeping.
Now we have a meeting and I was just saying,
Yeah.
everybody's a problem
Do
now.
you understand? And I hope I'm
Yeah.
making sense because it's very unfair what people are doing in the workplaces. It's unfair.
But it's
That's why
unusual.
if you're not going to listen to me, I'm going to contact my union and they will listen to you. Do you understand? Because I must have done talking and my approach is most ugly. So I must can't approach you. Now bring my union there.
Yeah, but the thing is, Diamond, when you approach like this, you know sometimes your point can be phenomenal. And you have a phenomenal point and no one is disagreeing. But you so like, bah, bah,
An
bah.
attack mode.
It takes away everything. You know what I mean? It takes away everything that you're trying to make. Your point is beautiful. No one is disagreeing.
Because then I'm gonna sit like this. Jy begin, dan gaan ek net opkyk en ek kyk dan is nou.
Yeah, because you are now attacking me.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. Can you see you're attacking me?
Yes.
You need to come to, you need to get that part
Neutralize
where.
yourself.
No, I
Oh,
do
I
understand
see
that. I
yeah.
do. I
But
really-
your point
No,
is valid.
you understand, but that is the one thing that really
Mismanagement.
it's a mismanagement, and it's also the we all have a role to play here. We all have a job. You understand? We cannot be babying people. We already work with children. Do you understand? You know your job. You know what is required. Your DH is sending you a list of what needs to be done 2 or 3 weeks before the time. Why are you not done?
Because
You understand?
it wasn't my dream to be a teacher.
Yeah,
No
but-
other choice. I became a teacher.
Okay. Oh, it's not your choice. Then leave, bruh. We're not gonna suffer.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm saying.
But you understand what I'm saying? Max send you 2 or 3 weeks before the time what must be done. If you don't understand, go to your graded.
So is it Mac at fault for not managing this process?
No, it's my fault. Because
so it's
I'm
your fault.
graded.
So you at fault for actually staying in turn because you didn't manage that person.
Yes.
So why are you getting